stamping and crafting friends. Welcome to Melissa's Crafting Treehouse. For today's simple project, I'm going to be using 3 different stamp sets: the Eden's Garden stamp set, the Watercolor shape set, and also this specs image in the Forever Fern set. I'm also going to be showing you a simple but creative trick for using your old red rubber left over from stamp sets that you've gotten in the past. Now I've made this card in 2 different color schemes, one with petal pink and the other with balmy blue. If you're a Stamp Club member receiving a kit in the mail, you'll receive one of each color. So I'm getting started by tearing my paper, and as you can see there, I'm gauging the spacing by lining it up against my card that I have already created. Now when you tear the paper towards you, the paper that's left behind on the left leaves the fibers of the inside of the cardstock showing, which is a really pretty effect. The next thing I'm going to do is figure out how much of the black piece I need to tear off, and so I'm lining it up there just to eyeball my spacing. I could also have attached my white piece with a tiny bit of adhesive so that it's in place and I have a better sense for how I want to do my tearing. And as you can see here, the tearing will look a little bit different each time, and you can decide how much of the black you want to be showing and how much of the card base you want to be showing as well. Next, I'm going to get started with my stamping. I've got my small square block image from the Watercolor shape stamp set, and I'm going to go ahead and just start creating a little row of blocks, if you will. And just so you know, the images in the Watercolor shape stamp set are not solid images. You may see that sort of whitish area in the middle of that image. It just gives it a little bit of texture and interest, and when I stamp it, you'll notice that there's sort of a white space in the middle of it as a result. And I'm going to use full ink and second ink. As you can see, I didn't use the second ink from that first stamping because I was off the edge of the page. And when you're off the edge of the page, as you can see, the ink comes off the stamp a little bit differently, so you end up with that little line you can see there on the left. So I'm varying my stamping from first, second, and third inking and tilting my square different each time because I don't want it to look too regular. I want it to look regularly irregular, as I like to say. As you can see on the card on the left, I didn't leave any white space at the bottom below the images, whereas I did on the balmy blue version, and you can do it however you find it to be pleasing. Next, I'm going to go ahead and stamp my images in black, starting with my foliage image. Now for this first card, I used my Memento black ink and this image from the Eden's Garden set, and I'm going to stamp it sort of in a curvy shape, as you can see, kind of like a, I don't know, shallow S. And this particular image is perfect for doing this shape because it's got a bit of a curved spine to the foliage, so I especially like it here on this design. Next, I'm going to stamp my sentiment, my sending hug sentiment, which I absolutely adore. And finally, I'm stamping my specs using first and second inking and creating a bit of a trail, or again a sort of line that goes from the top over some of the foliage and down, and then down to the right side of my focal piece. And now I'm just going to go ahead and attach my focal piece to its black backing using some multi-purpose liquid glue. And next I'm going to punch some holes in the upper right and left hand corners with my 1/16 inch circle punch so that I can add those cute little black brads to the corners. Now these brads have really long prongs to them, so you have to open them up and sort of spread them apart in a way that won't show, and you can even snip them off with a scissors if you like. Now if you're receiving a kit in the mail, you would have had a little packet like you see me opening there with the brads in them. They've been opened up so that they lay flat and don't damage any of the other parts inside the kit. Now to spread the prongs apart, I like to use my paper piercing tool there because it fits right in between the prongs and I can spread it out. You can see how I've shaped them so that they're hidden behind the card. And now I'm just doing the other corner, and once those are both in place, I like to take my little craft hammer and hammer them down so they're nice and flat, both on the back and front sides. Now all I have left to do is put my inside into the card, and it already has adhesive on it, so I'm going ahead and do that now. And then I already have dimensionals on the back side of my focal piece, so I just need to remove those backings and attach it to the front of the card. Now at the start of this video I mentioned that I was going to share a trick with you for how to use your scrap red rubber from stamp sets that you've already mounted, and there's always some leftover red rubber when you have a red rubber stamp set. And so for one of the cards today I have actually used some of that rubber to create my own stamp in the shape of a small square. So there I have my small piece of my scrap red rubber, and for the first two cards I used that little square that I showed you there, and for this next one I'm going to use this scrap piece. Now if you look closely at the square image in the watercolor shape set, it's not an exact square. It has a little bit of a rough edge, so you can see as I'm cutting the rubber there I'm turning my scissors ever so slightly so that I intentionally don't get an exact straight edge. I want a little bit more interest to this piece than just a straight edge. So I'm just working at it a little bit to make it uneven, if you will, and a little jaggedy. And I'm doing that on all four sides. Now this is a small enough shape, so it should be pretty easy to find a piece of red rubber that you could use and apply it this way. Now I'm just going to put a little bit of adhesive on the back side of that piece of rubber. There's a little bit of foam on the back there, so I'm putting the adhesive on the foam, and I'm just attaching it to a clear acrylic block. And then I'm going to go ahead and stamp with it. Now if I hadn't told you I had made my own stamp here, would you even be able to tell the difference looking at what I'm doing here? Probably not. Anyway, when I'm done with this stamping, I am going to show you the cards side by side so you can get a closer look at how the shapes are ever so slightly different. So I hope you'll give this a try and make use of some of that old red rubber that would otherwise be going in the garbage. Plus, you can create other shapes besides a square as well. Just another fun thing to try. So here is my original card made with the stamp that's in the watercolor shapes stamp set, and the one at the bottom is made with my homemade square stamp. And here are my three finished versions of this card. Keep in mind, this design is so flexible, you could make it in really any color scheme. So I hope you're inspired to make your own project and maybe even make your own stamps with some of your old red rubber. As a reminder, this is one of 3 of the current Stampers Club projects. If you'd like to receive free classes to go in the mail, plus free Stampin' Up! Products, you may want to join my online Stampers Club. To learn more, click on the little I in the upper right-hand corner of your screen, or click on the link in the video description below. I hope you enjoyed my project today, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it with friends, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thanks for spending some time with me today, and happy crafting!